sir. Do we get the win this time?
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just step it up, don't be scared. Back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. Where's the loud source? I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just step it up, don't be scared. Who are you?
It's turbo time.
Yo, what's up, grinders? The Gaming Grindhouse is open, and it is on a Wednesday, yes. Hope everybody had a happy Halloween. Yes, I am coming down with the Grindhouse cold, so I'm hanging in there, everybody. But, what a Halloween. Very busy, winding it down. I have a big headache right now, but we're going to get through the Gaming Grindhouse. That's what we're doing right now. So, we're ready. We're ready. Shout out to everybody coming on in. Send out the grind signal out to the Twitters. We're coming. We're coming. We got some topics today, man. It's been wild. It's been wild. And you know, it's just like, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of thoughts in this one. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's going to be a lot of thoughts. I opened up, I don't know if Frog's around. We'll see if he jumps on. But yeah, it's been, it's a lot of thoughts, man. A lot of things, you know, just so strange. So there's going to be a lot of Grindadamas, just things thinking about here, just kind of just how I feel about these things. And just about it, and we'll talk about it and engage with the Grindhouse here. Shout out to Outside of Gaming Night, Maniolis, the VIPs in the house, Robert Lawrence, JC Leach, Thrifty, what's up, man? Phil Spencer! We'll do Phil Spencer. What's Phil Spencer cooking, man? Just when I thought I seen enough, I seen Phil Spencer in a chef's outfit. God damn, he's yelling, "Where's the lamb sauce?" Holy shit! What's up, yeah, boy? How you doing, Ryan? Josh Ayers, how you doing? Sensible for Brizzle. What's up for Brizzle? Mr. Tennis, Diablo Duck Mana, how you doing, Ryan? What's up? Yo, True Virgil's here too. True Virgil. He's going wild. He got excited when he saw that picture of Phil Spencer. He got all hot and bothered over there. What's up, Nick? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Curtis? Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Kyle? Oh, damn, what the hell's going on? Oh, yeah, this is going to be freaking crazy. It's a destiny. I mean, density. It's your density. I mean, destiny. Is that from it's from Back to the Future. That's what it's from. I mean, I'm your density. I mean, destiny. But anyway, what's up, Brian? There are too many games. That's right. There's too much stuff going on right now. Too much stuff. So everybody, hit that like button, share it out. Let's do this. So anyway, let's talk about the first things. New gaming gear in the Gaming Grindhouse. So, as you know, last week I talked about I got the MetaQuest 3. Really enjoying it. Been doing sync riders in it. And, you know, one of the things that I really like, again, because I really like sync riders on the PSVR too. One of the things that I really like is the ability that there's a lot of customization. You know, that kind of stuff you get with Android and PC gaming, where you could kind of like, there's a community there that just does extra things. And I was able to, you know, just a whole custom website of putting in all these songs in sync riders. So I have like all these name songs in there with dances and everything in there. And dude, I've been loving it. I've been added so much stuff to it. So I've been doing sync riders on there. And I'd say, you know what? The MetaQuest 3, dude, it is definitely, they got some crazy stuff. And I might want to try to stream it or something. But man, some of the mixed reality stuff, dude, wild. I'm going to tell you an example. But, whoa, what's up? Yo, who did that?
You just made the list.
Ron M. God, Ron M. in the house. Dropping 10 gifted members to the VIPs. We need, you know what, I'm not putting this on Ron, but I'm telling you, we need another.
You just made the list.
15, I'll get another emoji in here. That's what YouTube says in there. But shout out to Bill, this game sponsor, AK Do Sensible, Zero Steel, Ant Methods, Mary Wilcox.
You just made the list.
M. Gene, Paco King, J Gamer UK. Yeah. Yo, nice, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those VIPs. Got to add them to the VIP grind board, yo. You'll see that.
You just made the list.
Quality splits, and you know what? I think it's time. We'll talk about it. But I think it's time for Herman to undo those buttons. We need to hear from the Hermans. But thank you so much for the
you just made
VIPs.
the list.
Thank you so much. They loving it. Use those emojis, everybody. I work very hard, and they're voted in. These emojis are voted in by the grinders. All right, so just be sure. You know, we voted on the Mark Cerny one. I will make a couple more for the next set of the next emoji, and we will vote on it. But the VIPs vote on the emojis, and let me know if we need to cycle some of them out. I think we should be able to. I think I might cycle
just made the list.
I don't know. I do like the boosters. Maybe this one. What is this one? Maybe we'll cycle this one out. We'll do a new one. We'll let the VIPs vote. Holy Spirit. That's a Holy Spirit activate, but I might have to do a different one.
You just made the list.
But definitely, next emoji's on its way. But thank you again for the VIPs, and we'll shout them out soon. What's up, James? How you doing, man? But yeah, like so I'm really enjoying.
You just made the list.
Definitely, I recommend getting the battery pack strap for it. Strap on, no, but the Elite strap. If it's akin more to the PlayStation one, where it supports around the head rather than doing that stupid strap. And then and you get a little more than like 4 hours of battery life on that one. So oh man, he wants a booster and black nuts, Zero Steel. Damn, the VIP is speaking up. Take Fernando out. What? We want no more Fernandos. Oh no, we want the Fernando out of there. Fernando. You know what's sad? We're never gonna find out what happened to Fernando. But Josh, thank you for telling me. But so AR, one of the things I want to talk about the MetaQuest is one of the big things with it is the augmented reality. So because it has color pass through, all right, I'm gonna show a video. Just so it's easier to show than explain. So I have this game, this zombie home invasion, right? It's called The Cabin. And it's basically like, so let's see. Yeah. So it's basically like the Call of Duty zombies, except they're coming into your house, into your rooms. So you gotta have at least, you gotta make a window and a door, and then there's a satellite that you have to keep resetting, and they try to break in, and it's home invasion, dude. And this is just one of the examples of it here. And I want to see. So this is somebody streaming it here. Let me just show you what this AR stuff is here. Where the hell is my thing here? Like, look. So he don't really have it. Yeah. So like, see how it has these rooms in here? His is set up. You got your weapons. You got it. This is your satellite here. And then they start breaking in. And they start breaking in through the doors and through the windows and stuff like that. And again, this, I don't think he has it really set up. Yeah, he don't have it set up that great. Actually, this guy's stream don't have it really set up that great. Let me see if this guy has it set up better. He might have it. Yeah, he has a little bit set up better. So like, you see, you can peek around the rooms and do. But dude, when they come into your house, like, it is crazy seeing this life-size zombie, like this zombie as tall as you, like, and when you shoot them and stuff, they interact. You could add furniture. So when you add furniture, it reacts to it in the game. So when they fall, they're falling on your furniture and stuff. And I don't think it comes across as immersive as it does on YouTube. But when you are doing this stuff and they're like coming into your home and stuff like that, and you have like reality mixed with like the real stuff in your world, mixed with these things coming in and like falling on stuff, and you using a table. Your table is basically where all your weapons are and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. It really is interesting. Like, it really is. And what's cool about it is that it changes based on your location. So, like, if you do a larger room, it has to have a minimum of 4 walls. So you could set up walls. You can make this as big as you want. If you have the space, you can make it your whole first floor, and they're coming in through like 4 or 5 windows. Or you can make it as small as a little office. It's pretty crazy, and it's definitely something that is a next step. I think it's pretty cool. And also too, like, Sync Riders has one where the walls break in front of you, and the stuff and the music notes and everything come at you from your wall. And what's crazy is that as you get like the green and the yellow, it actually changes your room. Like, your room starts glowing yellow through the camera. Pretty crazy. But yeah, definitely, checking it out. Like, yeah, like, look, this thing just broke through. Like look, this guy breaks through the wall. Like, look, he's standing on the table. Watch this guy. He breaks through the wall. Like, see, so you like stuff pops up. Where's the guy that breaks through the wall? Look at this. He goes busting through the wall. Dude, it's pretty wild. And the demo that comes with this is pretty cool too. Like, you could shoot holes in your wall, and like behind it is like a alien world. Like, these guys are coming. They're climbing over the couch. It is pretty weird. And you got to be hitting this thing too, like activating it, physically activating that thing, because if that goes, then you die. So like, yeah, it's pretty. The zombie home invasion. It's called the Zombie Home Invasion at the Cabin, but basically it's Call of Duty Zombies, but you're protecting your home. And they got other ones, Esquire 2 or something like that, where that one, you actually, there's people that come through your home and invade your home, and you got to like hide behind your own couches and stuff, and you could like use your room to hide behind stuff. I gotta try that. I didn't try that one out yet. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like you, I definitely think it's something different, and it's really cool. But this is just an example of it there. But Frogs does this every day, dude. Frog. I want the Frogs to get on here and start venting about Call of Duty, dude, because that is crazy. And then the other thing that I got is the Legion Go. So that you want story time grind? I tell you, give you a story time, a quick one. Screw Best Buy. That's what I want to tell you. I pre-ordered the Legion Go. So this is the and I'm gonna do a video of it. So I'm not gonna cover it too much on here because I just got it last night. But I'll just give you the image of it here to know what the hell I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. Because as you know that I returned the Asus Alley because of the melting of the SD cards. What is it? The Legion Go. I don't know what the Reddit. But yeah, they have the SD card too close to where the vent is, and it started melting it. And so I returned it. You saw the video. I returned it. I really liked it. Like, it was smaller than the Steam Deck, and having the ability to have Windows on it was really cool. Because then you could put anything on there. So I was able to play some Game Pass games on there, but I was able to play some Halo on there, and able to do, easily do the Epic Game Store where, Steam Deck, it's a little more finagling to try to get Epic to work, and you got to use the touchscreen and stuff. Now the Asus Alley, the problem with that one is that it didn't have a touchpads where the Steam Deck did, and when you had to deal with Windows on a 7-inch screen, dude, it was a disaster. And the biggest problem I had with the Alley was the going back and forth between the keyboard and the keyboard, mouse, and controller, and because it didn't have a touchpad, and you would have to be in desktop mode and this mode, and it was a headache. However, their software was a little bit better in the sense where you could do more thermal controls. Now comes along this. So this thing was the Legion. So this is from Lenovo, and this thing has a pretty cool feature in the sense that, first off, it's an 8x8 screen. It's a bigger screen. And this thing's bigger than a Steam Deck. And I'll show you in my video when I do the video on it. Tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to do a video of this and give some impressions on it if you're interested in coming into that. But this thing, it actually does exactly what the Switch does. It controls come off. It has a touchpad on it, and it has a kickstand. And so far, I got to tell you, it is big. It's not very heavy, but its ergonomics are better. It's more of a mix between the Alley and the Steam Deck. I still think the ergonomics of the Steam Deck are a bit better in the sense where it's more the thumbsticks are at the same side, so you have a better grip on it. But this thing, it's big, but it's also has a good grip on it as well. And so the off-centering of the sticks are not too bad with that one. But the touchpad comes in key, and it has a cool mode where you could use this right thing as a mouse, as like a joystick mouse. Pretty cool. But I'll show that in the video. But so far, really liking it. I think the battery life has a bigger bit battery, and it has an 8.8-inch screen. And this basically is a Windows tablet, and I think Windows is more tolerable on this size screen than the 7-inch screen on that one. But yeah, I grabbed this as well, so I'll be checking this out. I also have the PlayStation Portal. I'm going to see what I could do with the PlayStation on this, if I could stream to it, because I think you can, but I don't think you could use the controllers, though. I think you got to use the DualSense. And I got the Portal on order, too, so we'll test that out as well. But that's a totally different device. That's just a streaming cloud. That's a streaming device to your console. But this thing, yeah, I was surprised how big it was, Mr. Tennis. Like, dude, it's higher. It's like it's higher. Where the Steam Deck feels much longer, this is higher. But I was able to get the emulators and stuff to work on this thing. Looks good. And I put Starfield on it. So I'll go through some things. I'm gonna do a video on it for this one. But it's interesting. It's cool to have like these little little gaming tablet things. It's pretty cool because this is most likely how, like, I have a gaming PC and stuff, but again, I don't like sitting at this computer here and playing on screen. Like, I want to sit on my grind stand and play on the big screen and stuff. And I know I could hook it up and all that stuff, but yeah, you do the mouse and keyboard and this. That's why I just do my console gaming there. But like just when I'm just chilling on the couch watching a show, I was watching a bunch of horror movies. By the way, I'm going to tell you this now. If you have Shudder and you want a scary movie, dude, Hell House LLC Origins just came out, I think, a day or two ago. And I don't know if you follow the Hell House thing. It's about like somebody, they rented a haunted house to do like a haunted house for Halloween for, and it wound up killing people and stuff, doing all crazy stuff. And this one's good. I liked it. It's that found footage type things. But yeah, how was it? Origins. Good. I watched it today. It was really good. Yeah, Arizona Sunshine 2 does come out. Tons of VR games are coming out for both PlayStation and the Meta, too. To let you know that. Yes, you could use it as a vertical mouse. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Miss Tennis, that was good. And I watched tons of scary movies, and that one was, I did like that one. And The Nun 2 was pretty jump scary, too. I watched The Nun 2. I've been watching tons of horror movies. But yeah, so like sitting there playing some games, watching a horror movie. That's kind of like my other thing to do besides playing games. And Lenovo makes good hardware, so like we'll see. Like the it's not very loud, but I'll do a full kind of like video, and we'll do go live demo and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just the new gaming stuff that came in. That I was, I purchased. I'm playing and stuff like that. But I think the Lenovo is a keeper. But again, I only have it for a day or so. But I liked it. It's a good blend of the Steam Deck and the Ace Ally for what it is. Because the Ally, that thing was totally defective. And I even looked up because the Ally is on sale now at Best Buy for Black Friday. It's like $5.99. And dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, they never solved that SD card. Dude, they never solved it. It just burns it up. Dude. It destroys it. Like, it's crazy. The vent is it's a manufacturer defect in the Asus Ally with an SD card. It's ridiculous, and never fixed it. They said, "Oh, we'll make you affect the fan. You can make the fan go up higher." And that was funny because that was the one that Microsoft was backing. They were showing it off at the Alley and inviting people to events, and they were really pushing that thing. Yeah, the Hell Houses are good. It's like there's like 3 of them. There's like 4 of them. Wild Wolf. There's 4 of them. I think they're all on Shudder or on AMC Plus. The first one's good. The second one was good. The third one kind of got wonky, but this one is better than I think it's as good as the first one. But I like the first one a lot too. It's really good. It's a hardware flaw in the Alley, yeah. And then what's funny is the Legion, this one came out and nobody really Microsoft really didn't kind of hype it up and stuff like that. They really didn't talk about this one. But this one, that SD card is far away from the vent. So hopefully there's no cooking there. And I tell you, with the kickstand and having those controls removed like a switch, it's pretty awesome because then you could easily just plug this thing into a TV and sit back and you got already controllers. You don't need to worry about Bluetoothing and pairing another controller. And that controller has a touchpad in it. So if anything you need to do like that's selectable with a mouse, you have that in your hand as well. Pretty awesome. Really, Mustin, you never had that issue with the ROG? Did you use an SD? And I'm going to tell you something. Maybe, and Mustin, at first I didn't have the issue with it. What happened was when I started playing it at over performance mode while it's plugged in, that's where it wound up cooking the SD card, and like completely you had to undock the SD card for it to function anymore. So Best Buy, I pre-ordered the Legion, right? And then they had it. They said preparing, and I'm like, you're always preparing. Just go. Well, then they said it's delayed. They over-ordered for them, and they had them backlogged, so they get them coming in maybe in another week or so. But if you're gonna get this Lenovo thing, if you're interested in it, if you have a Micro Center near you, Micro Center is selling them for $700 with 500 gigabytes. That's the price. $750. No, I'm sorry. $750 with a 1 terabyte. That's the other one. But there's exclusive one at Micro Center. They'll do a 2 terabyte on it for $799 for $800 for a 2 terabyte. And they do it, which is cheaper than you going buying your own 2 terabyte and opening the thing up and flashing and doing the whole cloning of the SD card. You don't have to do that. It's all in the box already done, 2 terabyte version for $50 more than the one at Best Buy. So that I went to Microsend and got that one. So if you have a Microsend near you, they have a 2 terabyte version of it for $50 more than the Best Buy one. And it's 2 terabytes SSD. So that's my recommendation. And Best Buy just canceled it. They just screw them in their stupid things. You tell me you're shipping it by a day and you don't ship it. But yeah, there's not a lot of Micro Centers though. But anyway, speaking of hardware, another thing that kind of grinded my gears, Best Buy didn't grind my gears. PlayStation be grinding my gears because they announced the dates of their headphones. And the ones that I wanted, the Pulse Elites, are not coming out until February. Boo, boo, boo. So, the PlayStation blog, where is it? PlayStation. So, the Pulse Elites, so apparently, where the hell are my Pulse Elites? I wanted the Pulse Elites. The Pulse Explorers come out. They announced those. Where is it? Hold on. I have that one here. Oops. Yeah. So the Explorer, the Buds. These come out in, what did they say, November, December? When did they say it's come out? I think these come out pretty soon. These come out in December. The Pulse Explorer ones. These are the earbuds. Look pretty damn cool. The Pulse Elites, these are the ones I wanted. The Pulse Elites ones, these come out February of next year, dude. And I was so pissed, dude. I was like, oh, man, because I wanted these. These are only $150. Plain on drivers. These are $50 less than these. Then they're releasing this dingle hopper. This Link USB adapter. A little strange. Because this is the thing, like they have this connection directly with the PlayStation. A little strange. And the other thing is, oh man, Cosmic Hero 270. Oh, thank you, man, for the 20. He goes, hey Jez, I've checked this out later. I got a nasty cold, dude. I know, I'm feeling it too. Sony, I think, needs to get Bungie in control, and PlayStation's definitely pivoting away from games as a service, which is perfect for me. New leadership brings back things. Well, thank you so much, Cosmic Hero, and I will be talking about that. That is the main crux of this, and I have some thoughts on that. But thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the super chat, and hope you feel better, man. You're getting those earbuds, right? So listen to this, Grinds, right? So listen to this. Now, my thing is with these buds, now if you remember, the PlayStation Portal comes out November 11th, November 15th.
You're my number one customer.
The thing is that they have a headphone jack, but you can't use Bluetooth headphones with it. The Bluetooth headphones, the Explorer, come out about a month later, 3 or 4 weeks later. So I thought they were going to launch side by side with the Portal because you really don't have a wireless earbud solution for the PlayStation Portal until these release a few weeks later. So it's just something to keep in mind because I believe there is a headphone jack in here, but a wireless headphone solution, you can't use Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth in here into the PlayStation Portal, so you can't use Bluetooth headphones. You need these Explore ones, and they come out a few weeks later. So just to let you know that's a little bit of a lapse in time for that. I thought they were going to be side by side, but I don't know what happened. That was the plan because they were announced the same time as the Portal, and then the Elites were announced the same time as the Explorers, and these are coming out in February. And you're right, like Lord, this is the one I want. I wanted these, dude. I want these. These are the elite. So these are like, just like how we had the golds and the platinums. These are the platinums last gen. So these are the ones I wanted. And I think the microphone's going to be a lot, be better too. And these are only $150. Yeah. With the retractable microphone, these look pretty damn cool. Yeah, I'm going to get these, but it's February. So we're going to have to wait. I know, they do look sick, don't they? Yeah, this is the one I wanted. I was bummed out when they said February 2024. Oh, man. Yeah, see, they announced these together. Where's the announcement? Oh, is YouTube going to do this to me? Yeah. So they announced them. I hope the mic is better on them. The H9s sound great, Lord. I gotta tell you, Lord Hog, the H9s do sound great. I like them. It's just that the microphone is not as good. So hopefully you're right. The microphone is better on this one. And we'll see those earbuds too. I saw some people picked up the Sony did release the H series earbuds too. They announced those. Those are already out, but those are more for PC. But those have come out. But a lot of people want these. And these you could chat with and stuff like that too. Like you could do the chat and stuff. Because that's always the issue with these buds. Is that you could hear people. If you do a Bluetooth connection, you could hear people, but you can't chat with them. The earbuds do have microphones on them. So that's why they're a perfect pair for the Portal. Because basically you could have a full chat and everything hanging out wirelessly with the Portal. So that's why I thought that they would be hand in hand, coming out. But just a few week difference on that one. Let me see. Do I have the actual dates of them? I thought I did. Yeah, here they are. Here's the details. Not going to leave my grinders hanging here. So there you go. So the Portal is to launch November 15th. I got my own pre-order. We'll see how it is. And then the Pulse Explorer are coming out December 6th. And then the Pulse Elite Wireless will come out February 21st. End of February. Ugh. And then the USB adapter is included with the Pulse Elites, and the Pulse Explorer will be available as a standalone for $25. And they're going to launch on December 6th. So Why would you buy that separately? Maybe if you have another PlayStation, that's probably what it is. So if you have multiple PlayStations, you want to put the headset, you have the receiver in one PlayStation, and then you can buy another receiver and put in another one. What's up, Damasi? How you doing? I guess that's what it's for on that one. But we'll see. And we'll see how this portable works. I want to see, because I've tried the streaming stuff out. I haven't tried the streaming natively. I know that launched here. No, it says that the USB is included with the Pulse and Explorer, but it'll be available as a standalone. I'm thinking for multiple PlayStations, probably. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. And then this is it and then this comes out on the 15th. And we'll see. We will see. I bet you this thing's going to be light as hell. It's going to be light like the controller. But we'll see. I do think, too, the PlayStation, the DualSense lends itself well to this design because of, just like what I was saying before about the Steam Deck, it's the symmetrical feeling of having the thumbsticks in the same spot and your fingers on the trigger. So there's an ergonomic same thing on the controller, having the same ergonomics, the same thing. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. And then the other thing that came up on the Grindhouse on the list here is I saw some images of the. Did I save it? There it is. Speaking of hardware, man, it's just like the first half hour talking about hardware, everything here. So this is the image of what the new PlayStation Slim. So now they're bundling it with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is free. So there's a bundle coming out at $4.99 for the PlayStation Slim or new version, whatever the hell you want to call it, bundled with Call of Duty. And you're not paying for Call of Duty. As you should.
It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
That goddamn Call of Duty is DLC. No platinum trophy, they say in that Call of Duty. Dude, I told you. And what did I say? What did I say happens when there is a purchase, there's a merger? What did I say happens? Nobody does anything. They don't know where they're going to be with their game. They don't know if they're going to be safety netted with the Microsoft going through. They had no clue. So they just cashed this one in, man. They just threw some maps and said, here you go. And they just cashed this one in, dude. That's what this Call of Duty is. This is the ABK deal, Call of Duty. That's what this is. This is the Call of Duty. This is the Call of Duty about they just chilled out and not knowing what's going on for a year, and they kind of put this together. As it should. Who the hell knows? But it's free inside of this bundle. So you're not paying $60, $70 for a Call of Duty in addition to the $4.99 that's on there. But this is what it looks like. So do I have other... I thought I had a couple of other ones. Did I have any other ones of it? The one thing... listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't like this. This looks cheap as hell. Like, I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know. Like, I don't like this. If you could zoom in, like, look at this. This looks like, it looks like some Fisher Price shit right here. What the hell is this? Is it really that big ass gap? I don't know, man. And then when I saw this thing on the side, like, apparently this part looks shiny and this looks matte. But I don't understand. Like, this at least has some design vents coming down it. And this looks like it has nothing. Like, if this is what it looks like, that looks a little cheap, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell that is. I guess that's how it clips on because these pop off. Let me see if I can find the side-by-side. I'm going to show you another one. I'm not too impressed with it. It looks smaller, but let me see. Do I have another image of it? Let's see. Because there was a couple of side-by-sides here. Hold on. And I don't know if it's I only saw that one. Let me see, because that guy took the same picture in the side by side, and it confirmed that you need to attach to the internet, like, you know, for the drive. But we know that is just because of the Blu-ray on there. But it is kind of like, but it is the all digital console, which already will be online. You need online for the all digital, so people will be expected to connect online to attach their drive. So I don't think it's going to be too much of that. So it's like everybody flipping out about the goddamn screwdriver, the SSD. Like, come on. Like, there's things to complain about, but there's things that just be like, ugh, like, really? Apex says it's the AliExpress PS5. Dude, it does. It does not look where the... Oh, man. I got to see. I want to show you the other one I had. PS5 Slim photos. And maybe in person it looks better. I don't... I want to show you what I saw. That's all I want to show. I wish I had more of them. Oh, yeah. Well, here it is. Is this it? Come on, dude. Yes, here it is. I found it. Yeah, so look at this. Like, and I don't know if I'm off here, but, like, it looks like this top part is reflective and this one's not. See, like, here's the light. So, like, if this top part's shiny and this is matte, that looks weird. And this whole drive here, man, this doesn't look slick at all. That does not look slick. It's smaller. I give him that. It's smaller. That was it. But I just don't know what the hell this is. These empty spaces look like this don't look too hot. This looks nice. This don't look too good from what it is. Yeah, it's too curved out, right, for the drive. Yeah. But that leaked. Or like whatever these images are. The first real world comparison shots of it. But I wasn't too impressed with it. I like the side. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, it looks small, space age. But I think the digital is gonna look a lot better than that. But just like, you know, the one thing too to take a look on, like, look how nice this kind of like absorbs like it kind of makes the disk drive like just blend in. But because they cut this off, because they sliced this over here, they can't smooth this out. So they had to do this abrupt, you know, divot in here to make it look like even that more of this thing doesn't stand here. And then at a little plastic horizontal stand, they look like toothpicks. But yeah, the Pro, I agree, Bender. That's what I'm, the Pro. Like, I'm looking for the Pro, dude. Like, we'll see what that is. But I'm thinking the Pros might have a similar design, but it may be bigger. Like, it may be like bigger like this, but it might have the 4 panels too. But we'll see. It is shiny on top, Nick. I thought so. Like, it's shiny. These 2 top panels are shiny, and these 2 bottom ones are matte. I don't know. We'll see. They're peg legs. That's what they are? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks like somebody 3D printed them. I know, Brian. It is much smaller. It is. Everybody can play. Because that PS5 is a beast on the side. But, hey. There it is. I don't think anybody cares. It's about the games, dude. It's about the games.
Just focused more on great games on our console that somehow we're going to win the console race.
Oh, not that guy. Not that Phil Ness. Not that one.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
And that's what it's about. It's about the games. It is what it is. The design. They can make the thing look like a friggin' strap-on. It doesn't matter, man. People are going to buy it, play the games. God damn it. Nobody cares. But it's just interesting. Yeah, I didn't care for this thing. This looks definitely a little cheap over here. I don't know how real this is. You know, I think this looks a little more finished than this. Just that was the thing that stood out to me. And the shiny top part and the other part. But yeah. But that's about it. Like, you know, this is what it is. About the goddamn games. Enough. Oh, enough of that shit. Speaking of goddamn games, dude. Spider-Man 2! Incredible. I'm about 7 hours into Spider-Man's. And it is ramping up. No, it has the ports on the front. It does, Billy, just to show you. It does. That's another difference before I get into Spider-Man. It has a USB-C and a USB-A on the old one, and the new one has 2 USB-Cs on the front. But again, people complained about screwdrivers, remember? Remember all that? Oh, you got to use the screwdriver to put the SSD, or to put the stand. No, it wasn't even the SSD. The screwdriver was for the SSD, but then you remember the screwdriver to put the stand on? Oh, nobody's going to do the screwdriver for the stand. Oh, my God, you got to screw it in. Oh, my God. Oh, and then the screwdriver for the SSD, nobody's going to open it up and put the screwdriver in. Oh, my God. Everybody whined and complained, blah, 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 blah. You know, blow it out your ass. All you. Twitter's a bunch of whining biatches. That's what they are. Whining. It's a screwdriver. It's this. Nobody's gonna. They try. They're scraping at the walls, dude, to try to get the dirt. They want that Sony trip up so bad. It's like the screwdriver. That's how we're gonna win the generation. Nobody's gonna upgrade the PlayStation, or nobody's gonna use the screwdriver. The PlayStation's gonna fall over, and everybody's gonna be like, I want an Xbox instead because it doesn't use screwdrivers. It doesn't have screws. Like, that's how we're gonna win this generation, dude. Oh my God, look at this thing. It's you need to hook up your hard drive. You gotta hook up the disk drive to the goddamn internet. Nobody's gonna do that. They're just gonna go buy an Xbox instead. That's how we're gonna win. No, stop it. Remember, in the search for W's, all you get are L's because you're looking at the wrong things. It's about the goddamn games. That's what it's about. It's about the experiences and about the goddamn games. All right? So all this other stuff that we talk about and all this other stuff, just like you say, Phil signed my baby, kissed my grandma, you tattooed my ass, the rooftop parties. That's all good for you. But when it comes down to it, it's about the goddamn games. And you say, I see all these things. Sony's in turmoil. Sony's in this. Dude, they just sold the fastest game in 24 hours ever as a first-party product in Spider-Man 2. Who the hell is walking around going, Sony in trouble? The PlayStation 5, not only did Spider-Man 2 probably leapfrog the PlayStation 5 into oblivion with goddamn sales of the console, but now they got Call of Duty free with a new model for $4.99 for the holidays. What do you think's going to happen? Who in trouble? Who?
Hold on.
Who?
Holy Spirit,
what are we
activate.
doing here?
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
It's about the
Activate.
goddamn games. And they dropped their most incredible game in Spider-Man 2. Incredible. The story, absolutely amazing. The combat, everything is next level. It's better than the previous Spider-Mans, as it should be. Who in trouble? Who? Like, everybody's like, wants to do like this doom and gloom Sony. Like, this shit, there's stuff going on, definitely. And we'll talk about it over a play. There's shit going down, man. Everything's not roses behind the scenes, but I could tell you right now, for us, we're eating good, bitches. We're eating good. You know what? I don't want to know about the kitchen being in disarray. I don't want to hear about Gordon Ramsay screaming. All I give a shit is that I don't care. I don't care. What's in the kitchen?
Melissa.
Yes, chef.
You want to know what's going on in the kitchen?
Yes, chef.
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw, Melissa.
Do you?
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Or do you care about what's on your plate? You care about the beef Wellington coming out there. Do you give a shit what's going on in the kitchen? As long as the meal's coming out hot and tasty, I don't care if the kitchen's on fire. That's the difference. Like, that's what you want to do that. The difference is that Xbox stopped making games and had issues. And Phil couldn't stop talking. Therefore, the food wasn't coming out of the kitchen. You weren't eating. You heard the chef talking. You heard him talking in the back, saying, I'm making you a great meal. I got good ingredients. I'm going to cook it. You're sitting there starving with your knife. That's the Xbox store. Well, the PlayStation store, you're eating beef Wellington. You're eating. I don't give a shit what's going on in the kitchen. Do you understand the difference? Like, it's not the same thing. This shit going down. We'll talk about it. Something's changing. Pivot over at PlayStation. Jim Ness, his ass is out. There's stuff going on. But you can't deny what you're playing right now. You can't be Sony in trouble. Meanwhile, you're platinuming Spider-Man 2. The best superhero game ever. Like, if Spider-Man 2 came out with issues, and then you're hearing what's going on at Sony, maybe you'd be like, oh shit, maybe something is going down. God of War was trash, and then you're like, oh, Jim Ryan leaving, oh damn, now there is something to talk about. But you can't. 9-1 in France. Over 2-1 here. It's not about sales. Then what is it about? Phil Spencer hugging grandmas? Is that what it's about? Phil Spencer's a nice guy? Is that what it's about? A bunch of people buying a game and playing it and sharing their experiences? That's what it's about. Sales. More people to play the game, experience what you're experiencing. And Spider-Man, dude, it's incredible. The story, it's in the story, the combat. And I said this before, I said it last week, how they have such a good way of getting other characters involved. The side characters have like character development as well. And tie that into awesome combat. I can't get as soon as I hear a siren, I see like a crime, I want to fight, man. That's what I do in Spider-Man. I'm just like, yep. And just do combat. Like, I love the combat. I loved how they moved the things to the bumpers. Your gadgets and the abilities. And that symbiote suit, damn, is crazy. And what's awesome is that they tell the story through the gameplay. No spoilers again. But when you walking through and now you get the symbiote suit, there are definitely moves that you do. And you've seen some of them already. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? You've seen some of them already. But you feel the rage. And you hear it in his voice, the transformation, in addition to the move sets that you're getting with the symbiote suit. It's a merge of story and gameplay. The way they roll that out. Because not only are they just telling you a story about what's going on, but the moves and the aggressiveness of what you do when you're in that symbiote suit and the anger in his voice character lets you know that this is a different Spider-Man than what was pre-symbiote Spider-Man, what you had. The rage, the moves, the aggression. It's awesome. And that's telling the story of where it's going. And they build on that. They build on it. And it's such a great story. Like, it's great. It's better than the movies with Venom, I would say. And another thing, too, is that they made Kraven such a relentless, persistent character. It's incredible because Kraven the Hunter, he wasn't like one of my favorite villains in Spider-Man. Like, so Spider-Man, Carnage, Doc Ock, like those are my favorite ones. But like Kraven really never was it. Or Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin, like those are like my big ones, right? But even Mr. Negative, you're right. Well, Mr. Negative, he wasn't even like a character, a villain that we would really want to like yeah. But Kraven, they made him like, dude, the gadgets, the hunting, they're just relentless. And when they just keep coming and all different variant types of enemies and stuff like that, they make you go like, dude, this guy is like he is. And then what he's doing with the villains, what he's doing with Spider-Man, what he's doing, it is like a super villain arc. It gets crazy. How they really, really made him such a cool villain and also using him to leverage other villains. I'm trying to be at least spoiler cast as possible. I know, Richard, like fighting the beginning, dude? Seriously. But yeah, it was just incredible. Incredible how it does, dude. I was just so happy the way they're doing it and the way they're bringing back characters and they're bringing back other ways of doing it with him. And that's what it's all about, right, Leech? That's what it's about. They sold so many copies in 24 hours. They bundled consoles with it. The console sales are going to be ridiculous. You know, when NPDs come out in a few weeks for this month, for October, it's going to be lights out. I love to see where Starfield's going to be on this whole thing because people cared about sales when Starfield was there. Let's see. Next month, if sales matter, when Spider-Man just blows the roof off everything. And then on top of that, they're following it up with a holiday bundle to a game that Microsoft spent 2 years trying to acquire. Confusing anybody? Who knows? I won't spoil it. But speaking about Call of Duty, I'm going in here on the next topic here. What's Phil cooking? What is he cooking? Phil, what's going on there? What's Phil cooking? You think I put a chef hat on him? No, Phil's cooking. He cooking. He has the booty coffee in hand. Oh, he has booty coffee? He has booty coffee in hand. What's Phil cooking? Pancakes! Phil, Gordon Ramsay has some words for you.
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Yes, chef.
The three of you are pathetic. You don't care.
I care,
You're
Chef.
way behind, and you haven't got a fucking clue. Can we work together as a team?
What are you? What are you? What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Yes, chef.
Phil Spencer in the kitchen. No gloves. Wipes his ass. We give you a pancake.
I came looking for booty. Booty.
Phil, how's that coffee taste?
Cool. This coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Oh, good, then it's not just me.
Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go! Yes! 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 Yes!
This is what he's doing now. Sarah Bond's taking over. Phil Spencer's making pancakes. Phil, is the pancakes done?
Would you ship that?
Oh, damn.
What you just played?
I lied.
Are those some quality pancakes?
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't.
Flapjack Phil. Oh, damn. Flapjack Phil. There he is.
Put that cookie down now.
Oh, man.
Xbox is hands of OSS first development. My name is Matt Booty. Here is your copy order. 2 creams, 1 sugar.
There it is. And what is the tweet? What is the tweet here? This is why I love working at Xbox, walking into the office and seeing Phil Spencer and the rest of the leadership team making pancakes for everyone for charity. Good job, Phil Ness. Cooking for charity, making those pancakes. But anyway, what is Phil cooking? And True Virgin is reading that right now. It's raw, Phil, it's raw. What is Phil cooking? Listen, I'm going to tell you something. And this is going to lead into the Sony stuff. Did the ABK deal rattle Sony's cage? Did it? You damn right it did. It did. Listen. We're going to talk about the PlayStation change of HUD, the pivots in the games as a service. But these next topics are all going to kind of meld into a grindzodamus or just some sort of like opinion on the situation. So what's Phil Ness cooking here? Let me tell you something. Times have changed, right? Let's get the bonfires going. Hit that like button, grinders, because we're going to be we got some grinds conversation here. Let's hit the bonfires. Over 250 people here. Let's hit those bonfires here. If you like what you like, hit the like button. If you don't like it, the dislike button. If you want more Grindhouse, hit that subscribe button. And now you're done with the buttons, let's get into the story. All right, let's do this. So, we're not even coming to ABK yet. So, if Javi can tell a story, I'm going to tell stories, right? So, think about Sony in 2019. What did they do? They got Ghostwire Tokyo, and what did they do? They had Ghostwire Tokyo, and they had Deathloop. 2 Bethesda games. Oh, God. True Virgil got hot and bothered by that picture. True Virgil, please. Oh, there it is, True. There you go. Let me... They had the bonfires. There you go. That's why. Now the heat's heating up.
Can you goggle my ball?
Anyway, back to start time. True Virgil, wildin'. So, what did Sony do, right? They went for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. 2 Bethesda games that were basically exclusive for a year, right? And what happened? Microsoft went after Bethesda and then bought them and then made the future next Bethesda games exclusive. And remember, it was that weird thing where they were making a deal with Activision, but he's like, I made the deal with Bethesda, but I'm going to keep the contracts in place. And I think what happened is that Sony was using their market share and their leading to get third parties to make games for their console exclusively for timed whatever it is. And Phil knew he could not compete. He could not compete. He could not compete with their games. He knows that. He can't compete with that. He bought, Compulsion Games in 2018. What was it? Undead Labs, Ninja Theory. Those games are not going to compete with the Sony first party. These were little games, and we had Booty's interview from last week where he was saying how those games will fill in the big ones. Well, the big ones are Gears, Halo, and Forza. So, Sony was leveraging third party, right? So what Phil did was he went after Bethesda, ZeniMax, so Sony can't make those deals anymore. Sony was eating good from the cow, getting all the milk, man. You make milk just for Sony. You make milk just for me. And Phil Spencer says, no, I'm buying the farm and the cow. God damn it. Now you can't have that deal with the cow. Now you got to come through me. That's what happened with ZeniMax. Because it's so strange that Sony was able to get 2 exclusive games from ZeniMax, and they wanted Starfield. We don't know how that will turn out. But they wanted 2 games. They got 2 games exclusively on a Sony platform. And what was the next move? ZeniMax acquired by Microsoft. They saw Sony was going after third party, using their market share, using their leverage, and getting games. And Phil knew he needed those games for his service. He needed publishers to jump on board. So what did he need to do? We need to smoke Sony out. We need to smoke them out with Phil's cooking. So he's smoking them out. He's like, well, you can't make deals if I own the goddamn publisher. That's the only way we could compete. Because we're not going to beat them game for game. We got money. We have nothing left. We can't beat them. Let's just buy the publisher and stop them from making those deals. Boom. ZeniMax, gone. Guess the next time you get a Sony exclusive game from ZeniMax? Never. Because they will never do a Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo scenario ever again. They can't. Because Microsoft owns them. That was in 2019. Yes, I agree with Softfield. Like, you know, but Deathloop and Ghostwire, those were 2 exclusives from ZeniMax to Sony. Interesting, that was the last hurrah. And then they bought them. Now, just when you think Phil's cooking and smoked them out, now, Sony was sitting good. Call of Duty every year. Every year. Well, yeah, he had to buy his way to third party, Ryan, as well. Like, yeah. He had to buy stuff that he never had. And also, too, by buying them, he could force them to go into his services because that was another thing that wasn't happening. Publishers weren't coming up to Phil going, we want to put our game in Game Pass. So Phil was like, well, if we buy them, not only do we prevent Sony from getting deals, but we also could now accelerate their stuff in our services because Bethesda was never going to put their games in our service unless we own them. So now, Sony's sitting now every November, Call of Duty bundling, battle passes, Call of Duty marketing, exclusive betas, here we go. Sony's sitting in the money, rolling in the Call of Duty money. Call of Duty is associated with PlayStation because of the marketing they did throughout the whole PS4. And what is Phil Ness cooking? He cooking those pancakes. Booty slaps. We're going to take that now. Boom. 18 months later, he now owns Activision. ABK. Blizzard and King. But Call of Duty now is a Microsoft name. And Sony knows after this year, that marketing, that mind share of associating Call of Duty with PlayStation is going to be limited to nothing. It's gone. Call of Duty will be marketed with Microsoft. Yes, it will be on a PlayStation, but it is going to be pushed because they own it. And the marketing, maybe not bundled, but the push for Call of Duty, the review, all that stuff the marketing is gonna be through Microsoft because it's a Microsoft product. And now that's revenue that Sony and mindshare that Sony had. So did the ABK deal shake things up? You bet your ass it did. And I said one of the good things about this deal was that it will light a fire under Sony. Because I did feel Sony was, and again, not with games. They got games, and we're eating good. But with the messaging, I felt they are very complacent. They kind of like came out in 2020 with a bang, and then just kind of sat back and let their stuff roll out, and it rolled out great. But I feel like they need to come back, and we need something, and I'll get into that. It's Call of Booty now. Call of Booty. That's right. It's Call of Booty. That's right. Now, Booty gonna get that sniff, man. He's gonna come in there. He can't wait to do his hands off, ass first development, man. He's like, coffee?
Oh, this coffee smells like shit.
Call of Booty it is.
Oh, good.
But
It's not just me.
like the thing is that it definitely is lighting a fire on the Sony. Now, whether that influenced their games as a service focus because of what Microsoft was doing with buying publishers, and Sony's like, we need something to fill in the gaps in between our games, it could have, but no doubt that ABK deal and Call of Duty specifically, that's why whenever Jim Ness came on stage, it was about Call of Duty. Because that was their marketing. That was the big thing they leaned on every holiday to move their console and for revenue to their services and stuff, for their games and people buying it. And now that marketing, that mind share is going to go over to Microsoft. Now, I don't think it's going to create a mass exodus, but the problem is that Sony's going to have to figure out what to do. They're gonna know that, hey, we don't have that mind share anymore. We're gonna start. They're gonna start marketing that stuff, and we're gonna have to kind of come back with something else. We're never gonna have a Call of Duty like game, but we're gonna need to do something. We need to change. The game has changed. When we were just dropping bangers, Microsoft was there with their hands in their pants. We just dominated, and then we're using that to get third party. Well, Microsoft stopped buying third party. How do we protect ourselves against that? And that's where I think a lot of this games as a service focus and some of that stuff stemmed from. But I also have another idea why that games as a service thing started and why the change may be happening. Again, this is all rumor shit. This is all rumor stuff right now. And I can tell you how it's all get fixed. I'll tell you, I'll give it a one simple answer with that one. But the ABK deal did rattle the cage. It did rattle it. And hopefully it makes Sony be more aggressive and continue to keep their foot on the gas with giving PlayStation customers what they want and what they need, the games. Quality games. No we're sorries. We'll fix it later. Hold on. No, let's hold the quality line. It worked for Nintendo. Nintendo drops its games and don't blink an eye. JP Loco with the 5. He goes, every time Xbox markets a multiplayer game, it always ends up selling best on PlayStation. Free marketing, essentially. Yeah, and that goes to the mindshare. Thank you again for the super chat. Yeah, that goes to the mindshare thing that Sony's able to leverage. And again, none of this stuff that we're speaking about today and none of this stuff, no taking it on the chin, Matty Beast. That's right, no taking on the goddamn chin. But none of this stuff that we're talking about today is affecting their market share. But there is a potential that in the next year or two, when Call of Duty starts doing its thing and Microsoft starts leveraging it, and maybe not in Game Pass, but marketing it, it may turn some heads. But I can tell you now, if this Call of Duty comes out and it's face down, ass up, a DLC extravaganza, what it looks like, people are going to blame Microsoft for it. Not us. But they can be like, look, you did, Microsoft. Look, the first Call of Duty, you own Activision.
You're my number one customer.
This Call of Duty's bare bones. It's not the best foot forward, even though they had nothing to do with it. It's Big Booty Bobby's game. It's a repercussion of the acquisition, I think. It's a repercussion of the acquisition because the acquisition, people will just stand there going, what's going to happen to us? I don't know. Well, what we doing Call of Duty this year? We may skip it. Oh, no, throw some maps together. We'll get $70. That's what this Call of Duty is. Not the best foot forward for Microsoft, but they're probably going to step back and say, Sony, you can market this one. But hopefully this thing does give Sony some sort of fire under it. And I think that fire is going to start at the Game Awards. It should. I don't know, Bender. I'll find it for you. I think it's on the internet. Just find it. Just be careful what you search for, Benders. Just be careful what you search for. But I think Phil changed the game by buying the publishers and taking the only thing he could away from Sony is they got the mind share, they got the sales, they got the leverage, and they're willing to get those things. When you buy the publishers, those deals are done. Sony can't leverage publishers or games from publishers when Microsoft owns them. They're not going to do those deals with Sony. That's why Jim Ness was so against this deal, because you're taking away the thing that feeds us every holiday. So Phil's cooking. And let's see how Sony responds to it. And I don't want them to respond by buying companies. Respond by quality games. Show everybody that you're cooking as well. And I think we all know. As we get into the games as a service one, Sony's friggin' cooking. We just don't know what's going on in the kitchen. We smell it. I smell what they're cooking, but we didn't see it yet. But we know they're cooking. We just haven't seen it. So this whole story with games as a service and the pivot, the Sony pivot. And this has come from Jaffe, from his friends at work and all this other stuff. But apparently, you know, with Bonnie leaving, not Bonnie, Connie being escorted out, Connie Booth, there's some turmoil in PlayStation land and Sony land with this games as a service thing. And it seems to be a rumor. Shout out to Zoobie Tech, putting the thing together here. Seems to be a rumor going on that they're scaling back live service game strategy. And they're going to leverage more third-party partners. Again, this is a rumor, such as Bandai Namco, Sega, and more to secure games. Let's talk about the first thing first. This games as a service, okie dokie type thing, pivot. How many games as a service have we seen over the last year die? How many? Remember multiverses? Oh, True Virgil, blow it out your ass. True Virgil making up goddamn story time with True Virgil. This balls out your face. Multiverses, anybody? Friday the 13th. How did that other Game Pass? Oh, actually, how did that Game Pass game go? The Chainsaw Massacre game. How did that come out? That was a service game too. All these service games. We saw these service games just fall flat and die. Remember Rogue? What was the other game? Rogue Company? What happened to that? Rogue Company. That was the hit. Things changed. And I think overall, we'll get into the Bungie layoffs, but overall the gaming industry has suffered, the tech industry has suffered a lot of layoffs. Microsoft laid off 10,000 people in the spring and were followed by another 5,000. Outriders is another game. How many games as a service have we seen just fall flat? There's been a pivot in the world. Splitgate, another one. They stopped it. They're working on their other one. Let me tell you the story of a games as a service. We're making a games as a service. What happens? They try to make Twitch people play it. They influencers play it. Get a community built. And it gets a quick pop. Maybe for the first week or two, everybody's playing it because it's free, like Multiverses. Everybody's playing it. Oh, everybody's on it for a week or two. And then what happens is that they get bored of it. The Rogue Company is still going, but not like what it was. Everybody was playing Rogue Company. And maybe it keeps, and that's the thing. So let me tell you the story of a games as a service. Free game. Comes out, they launch. Everybody's streaming it because it's the new thing and it's free and it's good for the channel and good for their viewers. It's something new. Everybody's playing it. Week or two goes by, they're playing it. What happens? Okay, yeah. All right, cosmetics. Okay, I'm going to buy the battle pass. Okay. I'm getting bored with it. Where's the content? We need new maps. We need new abilities. We need new guns. And the devs are like, we're working on it. We hear you. We're adding it. Patch 1.0, patch 2.2. What happens? Oh, well, the content doesn't come out fast enough. Multiverses, they had all the characters, dude. They had Game of Thrones versus Scooby-Doo. You had all this IP. Tons of IP. Everybody's playing it. Boom, it goes down. Move on to the next free game. Guys, we're all going back to Apex Legends. We're all going back to Fortnite. We're all going back to Call of Duty. I checked this game out for a little bit, and then maybe a few people stay and play. And then they look and they go, guys, the community is about 10,000 people. It's not even worth it for us to make new maps. Shut it down. We're done. Games as a service will no longer get support. And how many games have we seen that happen to? Guys, this is the last update. We're done. There's still a community there. And the finals. People will be playing that now for the next month, say it's the new hotness, try to get everybody on board, and what's going to happen? Who knows? New maps, a glitch, takes forever to find the game. Something will happen, and everybody will go right back to what they used to play. And that's what I think a lot of people are realizing. Like, the main pillars in service games, they come on, they'll check out the new hotness for a little bit, but as soon as that thing dries up, they're going right back to their homegrown game because they got years of content that they've bought and saved up. Nobody's dropping Fortnite to go play something brand new and start building up a whole thing. They're not doing that. Battle Royale, this is exactly what happened, Ryan. Like, everybody's putting Battle Royales, and everybody's like, you know what? They try it out for a little bit. They go right back to PUBG. They're going right back. And I think Sony was on that bandwagon of games as a service. Hey, games as a service is a new hotness. Because remember, just a couple of years ago, nobody was going anywhere. We were all locked down. We were subscribing to every service possible, watching all the movies. We were buying battle passes because we weren't going anywhere for the next 2 months. That's what we were doing. Everybody was streaming games. Everybody was just chilling out at home. Everybody was buying battle passes because they had nothing else to do working from home. I might as well grind my battle pass. But now it's gone the other way. People are moving on. We're back to buying. Just look at what Matt Piscatella said for this year. What was the big thing? Was it subscription gaming? Nope. It was big blockbuster games driving the industry this year. Not long drawn out, take it on the chin, we're sorry, we'll fix it the next 5-month games. We got content coming, here's our roadmap. People said no. $70, I want to play a goddamn game, leave me alone. I don't have time to deal with on forums telling me how you're going to fix it in patch 2.56. I don't care. I don't care. I want it all and I want it now. I don't give a shit about the roadmap for 5 months from now because I probably won't be playing your game 5 months from now. I want to buy a game and I want to play it. That's what big bill games did this year. And we've seen games as a service and subscription gaming go the other way. Not grow, stagnate. We've seen subscriptions not only in gaming, but when you're subscribing to play games, guess what happens? When Netflix and Hulu's and everybody else goes up in subscriptions, that game subscription may be one that you drop. Because now your subscriptions are all over the place. A Netflix and a Game Pass subscription are like, oh, damn, I got to drop one of them. The kids like Netflix. Quality sells, Ryan. So we've seen a pivot in the industry for service, free to play. And stagnation. Whereas moving forward, we've seen big games, Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man, even Starfield. And we're looking at Starfield, Alan Wake 2. We're seeing big games sell and move the needle for the consoles, even with Starfield. People want to buy games. They don't want to get into this. And we saw the same fatigue in mobile gaming. Mobile gaming used to be $5, $6 for an app. Then it became 99 cents. Then they said, hell, it's free with in-app purchases. And every app you download has pop-up subscriptions. Hell, try to go get a photo app nowadays and not subscribe $7 a month to edit photographs for a phone app. Try. Everything's a subscription. Oh, you want access to the stock images? Well, that is $10 a month. You want to edit photos? You want to upload these videos? Yeah, but that's $10 a month for our service. Everything pops up. A subscription, in-app purchases, and. It's fatigue because it's everywhere. Subscriptions, service games, subscribe for our game, and people can't invest in 5 and 6 games. When you have a game as a service, that's got to be your life. Like, you got to play that and day in and day out. If you spend $20 on a battle pass, you have to grind to get the content that you paid for. $20. You pay $20 to access the content. Then you got to put in the work to get to the levels to get that content. If you pay $20 for Battle Pass 2 and season is over in a month, well, guess what happens? All that content for season 2, you don't get. You spent $20 to access the pass, but if you don't play the game, you don't get the prize. So just by paying gives you access to get the premium content, but you still got to play the game every day and grind out levels to get that content that you paid for. If you pay $20 and you say, hey, I'm moving on to another games as a service, guess what? Battle Pass stays at level 5 and you never see level 99 and you never see that content. Thanks for your $20. Cheers, bitch. Season's up in 30 days. You better find some time to play our game. Thank you for your money. How many games do you want to do that to? How many games? You want to sign up for a Fortnite and a Rocket League pass? Every day you're grinding. You can't go play Alan Wake 2 when you have a few 4 hours to spare. You got to put the work in because you paid the money. You bought 2 battle passes, Call of Duty battle pass and a Rocket League one. Hell, you bought the pass to $10 for Friday the 13th. And then on top of that, what we found is that then when the game is not doing well, they shut it down. So all that grinding, and I said this before on this channel. The shutting down of games as a service, a lot of these games like Multiverses, like all the ones that people were mentioning in the chat, the fact that these games are shutting down discourages gamers to invest any more in future games as a service. It hurts the design. Because now all the money that you put in those battle passes, all the hours of grinding to get those levels, to get that premium content that you paid for, when they come across and go, guys, Multiverses, yeah, we're done. Nobody's playing the game. You can't flex. You can't do it. Maybe they even shut down the servers. All that grind and all that stuff, it's gone. Never happened. You're not even a has-been. You would be a never was. And tell me how many games that has happened to, and then tell me that you coming in the market and saying, hey guys, I got a new games as a service. Can't wait for you to try it. I mean, like, take your shit and go back out that door. I already heard your story before. I already heard you. I know your scam. You want me to get into this game, play, stream it, get a community going, pay for the battle pass, gift it to my viewers and all this other stuff. And then when you're done or it doesn't work out for you, you pull the rug from all of us and say thanks. And all the stuff that I just did is gone. Tell me how easy it is to come in and say, I got a new game. That's why, just remember loot boxes. Remember, loot boxes weren't everything. You got tokens, you opened up random items. Hell, you paid real money for tokens to open up random boxes. That was the game. We don't have to look far back to Halo 5 with the rec packs. You didn't even know what you were getting. You just knew if it was gold, you got more. That's it. And they still have it somewhat in the sports games. Those packs. You don't know who you're getting. But remember loot boxes. Remember all that stuff. Loot crates. They did it in Overwatch 1. Remember? Yeah, Josh, remember. So, we've seen this. So, for Sony to be like, we're going in. Surprise mechanics. Remember? Yeah, surprise mechanics. Yeah. That hit a level where people were like, we're done. If you said the word loot boxes, we were like, nope. Remember how it happened in Forza 6? Loot boxes in Forza, they're like, nope. And then they would come out as a line at the bottom going like, we don't have loot boxes in our games. That was like a plus. Remember? Yeah. It wasn't it was 2018. Remember? Loot boxes. Pay us real money to get random shit. Yeah. Oh, and that random shit could give you some leverage in the game. Oh, damn. So you mean if I pay money and I open up random shit, that random shit could give me an advantage in the game? Well, here's my money. I want some random shit. Right? That's right. Surprise. Pay me to surprise you. And now we're at the next cusp. Games as a service, free to play, battle passes, elbow pads, knee pads, crotch pads, jock straps. You want a blue jock strap? Get to level 10. Give me $10. Oh, damn, pause. So the industry has changed the games as a service. Jim Ness thought that was what they needed to do. And I'm happy that they need to scale back because I'm tired of talking. That shit does not sound fun to me. But I don't think we have seen really what Sony's flex is games as a service yet. For these rumors to be, well, Sony's scaling it back. Well, scaling it how? We haven't even played their games as a service yet. We haven't played Concord. We don't know what the hell that is. Fire Team, the Robin game. We haven't played these games yet. Helldivers. We haven't played it. But I think they see the writing on the wall going, guys, I think what happened, and this goes into the Bungie stuff, I think they try to change their studios to start implementing some games as a service. And if they are pulling back from that, that gets a celebration. That gets a celebration. Because if they were trying to make their first-party studios, the Naughty Dogs, Santa Monica's, if they were trying to have them implement games as a service into their game or tacking it on or adding a multiplayer mode or adding something akin to that, that needed to stop. If you want to buy some little studios to make some games as a service with some new IP, that's fine. But if you want to go and now say, hey, guess what, guys? God of War is going to have battle passes. Who? Okay. No, not okay. That's what they need to pivot from. And maybe Factions is where that pivot happened. When they said, guys, we don't do this. Maybe Neil Druckmann came in there and guys, we don't do cosmetic battle pass, like service games. We tell great stories. We don't do this. So you don't think Sony didn't make them then? Naughty Dog chose it, and then what happened? But they don't do that. And maybe, but where's this pivot coming from? That's what I need to know. Did they tap, again, I don't know. This is rumors to begin with. But did they start telling people we need to focus on games as a service to fill in the difference between our big games? I don't know. But you cannot be going in there and telling studios that traditionally make single-player epic adventure games And exactly, Josh, they said it was hard because they don't do that. Try to get somebody that tells, like, get an artist that says, hey, I write big, incredible stories with growing character arcs and all this other stuff and a little twists and turns, and somebody who traditionally specializes in that. And then, no, you're going to have to tell a short story. We need to have it impactful, and we need to have that impact happen over the course of the next 7 months. That person doesn't do that. They know how to, like, tell George R.R. Martin, write a short story about Game of Thrones. Give it a full effect in 20 pages. He'll be like, excuse me? I have to talk about the characters' detail and what they're wearing for 20 pages. What are you talking about? Nope, we need it short story, we need it quick, and we need it multiple times, and we need it to drawn out. We need short stories for the next 10 months. He's like, no. I talk about the characters, the hairstyles for 2 pages. You can't get people that make games or doing something that they know and then having them step outside the box and do this. And maybe Factions, which may have been an add-on, when Jim Ryan saw that, was like, yo, take Factions. We want this to be a big games as a service for the next 5 years. Halo style. And Druckmann said, oh, whoa. All right, we'll try it. And then Bungie came in and said, hey, this is not going to keep people engaged. We know, because nobody's playing Destiny. Oh, damn, pause. But what this pivot is, I think it's a little premature, because I think the industry itself has pivoted from games as a service. I don't think we've seen so many games as a service be successful. Exactly.
Number one customer.
George, we need you on comics. Exactly, Ryan. That's a better one. Yeah, we need you to do some comic. I don't draw a picture. But so maybe the focus on games as a service is being a key asset in PlayStation games development. But you want to know what? One thing that will crap this whole thing off. Just have a showcase and have a first-party showcase. Have Herman Hulst. This is what drops it all. Herman Hulst, 3 buttons undone, chest hairs out, gold chains. I'll tell you what. This is what our first-party studios are working on. After I show you Wolverine 2, then we're going to see what Studio Bend is doing. Then I'm going to show you gameplay from the new game from Santa Monica Studios and Cory Barlog. Then we will go visit over there. We'll go to visit Sucker Punch and show you what they're cooking up. Got to be great. Be quality. Because I'm Herman Hulst. And I know quality games. Just look at my chest hairs. I smell like baby oil. I just got off my yacht, and I'm not going back on it until I show you some quality games. But while I'm there, let me show you the VIP Grinders! Speaking of Herman Holtz, the VIP! There he is! Chest hairs, baby oil! We need Herman to speak. Tell us what Sony's working on. Tell them what they're cooking. I know what you're cooking. Tell me what you're cooking. Herman Holtz! Partying with the VIPs. If you want to be a VIP, hit that join button. New emojis! Thank you again, VIPs. Flex those emojis. Herman quality splits. Oh, That's what I think. I think that will squash all this rumor bull. Because, yes, rumor has it, all this rumor stuff. And Lonely, let me know, like, what do you understand? Maybe I can explain myself. My throat hurts. I'm feeling under the weather, but Lonely, if there's something, what don't you understand? And again, and I forgot to preface this whole thing. This doesn't mean they don't have games. This doesn't mean that they're losing mind share. This doesn't mean that Spider-Man's not good, PlayStation. This has nothing to do with it. Again, this is all rumor has it. Goddamn Adele. Rumor has it, because that's all people can do right now. Say Sony bad. How Sony's bad? I just said they're dropping friggin' Spider-Man, the biggest selling game, new console coming out there, all this accessories, a Pro in the works. But I'm saying one thing will just shut it all up. Is just show us what you're working on from first party. Show us some games. Show us the next phase 2. Because we know you're cooking. I could smell it. I know you're cooking. Nah, True Virgil, you know about that one. But will they leverage third party? I don't know. And this is all rumor shit. But people were leading this into the Bungie stuff. And, it's been sad what happened with Bungie. Where's the Bungies? Bungie was hit by the layoffs. And, it said that a lot of people lost their job, but I think about 100 they said it came down to. What doesn't make sense? That pivoting, before I get into Bungie, you think the whole pivoting from games as a service? You don't think that they were even pivoting at all? Is that what it is? You think that they were... And you know what? A good point is that this whole games as a service focus all stemmed from Jim Ryan's comment from 2 years ago, or last year, where he said that we're going to release 10 to 15 games as a service by 2026. And that line made it that Sony was focusing on games as a service. I see. This is what I think. I think they need to show it. They need to show, first off, that showcase that they had was not effective at all. It wasn't effective for the games that they were even showing. Like Concord, what is it? That I don't mean by doing that. Don't show me a goddamn title screen. I mean show us the games. That's what I mean. Don't show me no friggin' title screen. If you want to make, 12 games as a service games. That's what he said, 12 games. That's where this focus shit comes from. That's where they think like, oh, they're doing all games. But what's crazy is that you look at that, how many of those 12 games have released? I think we're counting. It's like, well, where are the rest of them? He said it in 2021, 10 games as a service. And I saw all the Xbox guys jump on board going, oh, see, they're doing what we're doing. No, they're not. Because all your games are not only service games, but they're broken and they go into a service. And that's an excuse for them to not be fully featured at launch. That's completely different. I don't even know what the hell these games are. That showcase was not very good. They needed to show gameplay of what these games are. But they need to know what's next. Because they didn't have any kind of showing up. Because we need to see what these games are. And I just think that they need to show it. For me, again, it's not going to make PlayStation fly off the shelves. It's not that they're in trouble. But I think they should be showing what's coming, what they're working on. They should be more forward with that stuff. Because you see what happens? You see what happens when they don't. All this crap goes all over the internet. They're in trouble and all this other stuff. You know what? Nobody would have said anything if they were in trouble if that showcase showed us a bunch of games. That's why. If they showed us what the hell their first party, like, hey, Ghost of Tsushima 2 is coming out. Here it is. Look at some gameplay of it. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. They're not in trouble. Show us the games. Don't show me title screens. Don't talk. Don't tell me about services. Show me the games. You got God of War DLC? Let's see it. Let's go. An expansion? Yep, let's go. Show us the games. We need to see it. I want to see it. Maybe everybody else doesn't need to see it, but I want to see it. That's what I want. I want to see it. I want them to keep the foot on the gas and do what they did 2 years ago, because it's not like they never did it before. That's the thing. It's not like they didn't do it before. Jim Ryan came out here and said, what did he say?
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
Yeah. All right, Big Ness, Jim Ness. Enough for you. I feel like all I've been hearing about you in the goddamn courts. Enough for you. Let the games do the talking. Let's do it. And I'm not saying that Spider-Mans and all this other shit are not games. No, that's great. But what's coming next? That's what we need to see. What are those studios working on? And like I said, it's not a necessity in the sense that they're in trouble and we need to find out, but it will calm the waters and it will show them, it will show us what the hell they doing. Because he said it. He came out. They showed Wolverine. Wolverine wasn't ready, but he showed Wolverine. And Helldivers is coming out. Yeah, that's coming out. And also Final Fantasy is coming out. Again, this is not... See, and I don't understand how everybody goes to, like, we're not getting games. That's not the same thing. Because we've seen what they're able to do with the PlayStation with Spider-Man. Seen God of War. We've seen Horizon. I want to see what they're doing. It's not for casuals. This is my opinion on what I'm talking about. What I want to see. They had nothing last year. They didn't talk. Yes, they had the games. Again, this is not about the games. But what happens is that when you don't talk about what you're doing with the games and stuff, then people create the perception for you. That's the problem. You get this bull here. Oh, we're in trouble, pivots, all this other crap. Meanwhile, if you would have just shown 2 games that your first party's working on, everybody would shut the hell up and show that they're not a games as a service. Shut up. That's what it is. Stop it. But when you don't do it, when you don't talk, when you just let people are going to create the story for you, and they need to own that story. You're in the lead, you need to show it. And show it with the games. We saw everything up until Spider-Man. We need new. Everything that they showed in 2020 has come out. Now, we need the next wave. Come on. Studio Bend has nothing to show? Goddamn Days Gone came out in 2017. What does Studio Bend working on? It's not like they're quiet. Oh, here's Siphon Filter. What are you doing? 2017. How the hell is Insomniac putting shit out every 3 years? And Studio Bend is cooking since 2017. Corey Balrog making a new game since 2018. He wasn't part of this one. We need the next stuff. We need phase 2. Just look at the shit that Marvel's going through right now because they don't have a clear path. They don't have a good roadmap. They don't have good character development right now. Look at what's going on with Marvel. People, they can't keep track of it. We don't know what we're leading up to. Sony needs to do that. They need to show people what's coming. They weren't afraid before. They weren't afraid before when they showed us, when Jim Ryan got on stage and he was like,
enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
He had no problem showing Wolverine. He had no problem showing God of War. He had no problem showing Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine in the same goddamn show. What happened? What happened? He had no problem showing, what is that? Goddamn, what was the other game? What was the friggin' other? Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, no problem talking about that game. This is what I mean. Where are they? What happened? You were big talkers in 2020. What happened? Now we're quiet now. Now we raise the prices of all the services and we quiet. We show Concord a goddamn screenshot. We're showing goddamn Neil Druckmann goes on Smuggling Grapes' show last year and shows goddamn friggin' concept art. Concept art.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
You go on a
Activate.
show and show concept art. Missed opportunities. I thought they were going to do factions with the goddamn TV show. Missed opportunity. Foot on the gas. Don't let up. Don't get complacent. You want to charge more money? Then you show me the goods. You want me to buy more consoles? You want me to buy a Pro? You better show me the goddamn games coming, or I'm not buying that friggin' Pro. Don't give me that bullshit, play Spider-Man better. No, I'm not falling for that Xbox bullshit. Don't sell me a Pro, tell me I can play Horizon better. No. You show me a Pro with new goddamn games coming for it. I don't want to see a Pro get announced and they're telling me, oh, well, guess what? You could play Aloy and more frame rates. I don't give a shit. No, you show me what's new that's taking advantage of this Pro. That's what you do. You don't step back. You don't let Microsoft and Phil Ness get back in the game. You don't do that. You don't let your competition back. You shove the quality. You got quality. You shut them the hell up with that shit. That's what you do. You shut them down. Oh, you take Call of Duty. You want to put it on your little green box. Boom. Here's the goddamn Corey Balrog's game. Fly to space, bitch. Here we go. Here we go. That's what you do. You don't stop. You have Spider-Man hype? Next, let's go. Keep that ball rolling. You don't let them back. No, you're right, Lonely. I don't want that to happen either. You know, I don't want no premature shit. That's why I said, well, I want to see gameplay. I don't think that Concord a screenshot of the screen name did anything. I agree. There needs to be a balance, and I'll leave it as that. As I always said, there needs to be a balance. I'm not talking about show me just title screens. When the game's ready, the game is ready. But it's been some time. They gotta. I'm thinking there should be something to show. I hope. Then maybe they are in trouble if they don't have anything to show. I don't know. But you're right. I don't want to just say, like, do a Microsoft, show me a Fable screenshot. Yeah, but Corey, the thing is if that, the Ragnarok DLC at the Game Awards, Hellblade 2 is probably going to be at the Game Awards. But let's get into the Bungie shit. So apparently everybody was blaming Sony for this whole Bungie thing. But balance is needed, exactly. I'm not talking about just show me screenshot, show me title screens and call it a day. I'm talking about show us some games, especially if they're going to be pushing a pro. And that's my prediction is that the pro is probably going to have to leverage some of their first-party games, and that's probably the reason why we haven't seen much of it, is because their first-party games are going to be aligned with the pro and kind of showing what that's doing. That's my prediction. Again, a prediction. I'm not no insider. I don't have people anywhere. This is just reacting to what I see on the thing. And yeah, we don't need executives grabbing ass and shaking hands and all that. That's all waste of time. I'm talking about just show me the games. God damn it. That's what I want to see. I want to see the game on that stuff. And now maybe Helpful Divers 2 will be good. They look good on that one. So Sony went and acquired Bungie a couple years ago. They paid for retention. Now, apparently, the last thing we heard from Bungie is that they went in there, saw Naughty Dog's game, said about player retention, and kind of squashed factions, put it on hold. Now, super chat here. Hold on. Sorry, I missed it. The Claymores with the 10, he goes, maybe they're getting scaled back to become just solid multiplayer games, no live service element. It'll be a shame to completely throw out what they've been working on. Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree. If they have multiplayer aspects of it, like if they're trying to put a games as a service spin on it, then yeah. But apparently, people will blame it on Sony and buying this stuff. And we know Sony kind of used Bungie as their games as a service model with Destiny. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not a huge Destiny fan. I played a little bit of the first one. I played the campaign of the second one. I played a little bit of some of the DLCs, but it's all over the goddamn place. I can't even keep track of the stuff. I bought some of them. I played through some of them. I get bored easily. With the Destiny, it's just a slog. It's a grind that I just like. I don't find it appealing. The gunplay is incredible, but I find overall with Destiny, there's been they just do half measures with it. You're fighting the same goddamn void guy characters. Like it reminds me of like Halo. I'm still fighting the grunts. Like seven Halos in. I'm like, is there any other aliens in this goddamn universe? Like it's the same goddamn 3 aliens. And I think Bungie does the same thing with Destiny. Like I'm still fighting waves of the voids and waves of this shit. Like I just feel like they've done half measures to this Destiny game. And I think that's where a lot of the issues came from with Bungie was that Destiny, and we found out after the reaction of everybody thought Sony was squashing them.
You just made the list!
Sony was squashing them. It turned out to be more of that Destiny didn't hit its goal. They missed it by 45 billion or something like that. They missed their thing. So, it sucks that people got laid off, but the layoffs had nothing to do with this games as a service narrative that people were talking about. It had to do more with just Bungie not hitting its goal. Because remember, Bungie was into publishing its own stuff. Like, remember, Sony didn't do anything with them. Like, just had them as advisors, a concierge. Hey, check this out. And then, you know what I mean? And then when more info came out about it, when everybody was just like trying to grind on Sony, it said the layoff decisions came directly from Bungie's management, not Sony. This is not about Sony replacing Bungie employees with their own people. Many of the employee benefits, though not health insurance, only last until the end of the month if they are let go. Laying people off on the 30th means that there's only single-day coverage, so they're just shafting everybody. And again, this is Bungie just treating its own staff members like this, which I think is ridiculous. Many employees had uninvested shares as a result of the Sony purchase. These shares would be received based on staying with the company for a certain number of years, but those shares revert to Bungie if you leave, even if you're fired. So they screwed those people that were going to make money. You got Bobby Kotick walking into the goddamn sunset right now. And people here that had unvested shares due to the Sony purchase, and they could have got some good money for it, and then they laid off, they lose that money. Dude, it was Bungie knew what they were doing. They were cutting costs. And the reason why, and it's disgusting how people get treated, but this is the business. This is what they're doing. And they said that this is what he said. The layoffs were largely due to Destiny 2's underperformance over the last year and lower than expected pre-orders for the final shape, which, by the way, they delayed the final shape and they delayed Marathon out for another year. And again, the whole industry, like Wild Wolf, like I was saying, the whole industry has been doing layoffs and stuff like that. That's why the layoffs suck, and it's unfortunate. I'm sure they'll find other jobs and stuff like that. The way they did the layoff was kind of messed up. But again, Bungie just doing this stuff, people are trying to do it towards Sony acquiring them and cleaning house, and that's not what it was. That's not what it was at all. It was just the underperforming of Destiny. And then they delayed it out even more. And then announcing another service game, which is a lighthearted version of Destiny, apparently. Now, let's see where it was here. And then, so this is the summary here. You know, Mothman had to be there. Jason Schreier, you know, Doomsday. Bungie laid off about 8% of its staff Monday, around 100 people, sources tell Bloomberg. 2 weeks ago, staff were told they were projected to miss revenue targets by 45%. Employees were galvanized to get things on track. Then came the surprise layoffs. So their revenue target was off by 45%. So that's why you see the way they did those layoffs, they were saving a lot. They were trying to recoup that money back. The Claymore says the new report suggests that Bungie expanded from 900 places to 2,000, not 1,300 as Poltassi reported. The 100-person layoff still sucks for those people, but it wasn't 8% of the company. It was about 8%, yeah. It wasn't tons. Alfonso, what's up, man? VIP member, 10 months. He goes, I'm curious, have you checked out the streaming on PlayStation? No, I have not checked out the streaming on PlayStation. I will be testing that out as well on that. But yeah, like, you know, around 100 people, it sucks. But like, you know, a lot of it was them to try to recoup some of the stuff that they love because their projections are low, 45%. And they kind of got rid of the overhead, saved money on whatever they had to pay those people, benefits and all that other stuff to try to recoup some of the money back. But again, it's due to the poor reception of Destiny 2. And I think Destiny has run its course a long time ago. And I think that DLC has really not hit. I think they try to, they do half measures. They do a little bit here and there. Like the fact that they haven't added new characters to it, like they have the same god, the wizard, the void, like again, the three classes. They haven't they added in the fourth class. They got to add. They should have they should have 10 classes in there by now. They still got the same goddamn 3. And they added some new powers here and there they could use. Like, come on, man. They really milked the shit out of it. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not no hardcore Destiny thing. And I think that the expansions are so fragmented. And I got screwed with the Mars one. I was like, when I went to Mars, I was like, oh, the new planet. And I went to the planet, and I go to Mars. I do one mission, find the same goddamn people. And then after the mission, it says, oh, go back to Earth. I'm like, go back to Earth? I just played Earth for the last year and a half. I'm going back to Earth? You go back to Earth. That's where there's a new icon. There's a new area in Earth. I'm like, I don't want to go back to Earth. I want to play on Mars. Get your ass to Mars. And then I'm like, this is a scam. But I just think that, Destiny ran its course. The final shape needs to get the hell out of there. And the story's all over the place, and there's and the grind is there. But again, the loot dropping, like it needs to be more Borderlands like with loot. There needs to be more fun, like fun weapons, and it's just dry, man. The gunplay is there, and if Marathon is gonna be anything like that, I'm not gonna be playing Marathon either. Like I really think they need to just create a brand new story. Take your mechanics, create a brand new universe. Campaign, kick-ass multiplayer, open world battle royale. I don't know what the hell you want to do, but do something. And that's what I bought Beyond Light, and I played it for about a few hours, and I was like, done, man. I'm like, yeah, it's the same shit. And they really never embraced the PvP. And they tried doing Gambit mode with the PvPvE. And again, I just think that people are done with Destiny. Like I said before, like it had this audience. They put it on PC. They gave 60 frames per second mode and increased it with the new consoles. But it's just I don't think they were innovative enough with their DLC to change the game around, to try bringing new people, to try to do new stuff. And I think they only did a little bit, trying to appease a certain like crowds and things like that. But it sucks that they got laid off. It sucks that they're doing this, and it's be interesting to see what the future of Bungie is. They got to do the final form, and then they delayed the other one to 2025 marathon. So that sucks. And who the hell knows if that's what the two working on? Like I think Bungie's kind of, in a holding pattern for the next year and a half. Unless Sony does something with them, makes them do another game, an offshoot. I don't know. Like I think they got the talent. I just think that they need to put it somewhere else. I think Destiny is just ran its course. That's what I think. But what is their future? What is it? I don't know. But it looks like from this thing, like with the delay and stuff. Fire Sprite, like with the delay and stuff, like I just think that there's not much to be excited about right now with Bungie. Like I think that they're just kind of running their course, doing their thing, and maybe they show some gameplay to see you, Niku. Maybe they just show some stuff. Guys, hit that like button and hit that share button, the subscribe button too. Before you go. See you, man. But yeah, like I really think like what was that? Corey says, I think that this community believes that they're the only ones who play a game. I encourage people to get out of this community and talk to Destiny players. A lot of people still love and play Destiny. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. And I definitely see the appeal of it. I definitely see the appeal. The gameplay is incredible. The gameplay is great. It's just for me. I've never been a huge Destiny player. But I feel that, they've listened to the criticism. They try to address that in some of their things. But I just think, I don't know. I don't know. That final form is supposed to be a big one. And tying it all together. So I don't know. The fact they delayed it to June. It was supposed to come out early in the year, and now they delayed it to June. So it's not too far out, but it's in June, which is good because if you look at with Final Fantasy coming out and also Helldivers and things like that, like if Sony wants to do this, the final shape comes out in June, and then so you got that there as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Like it sucks with the layoffs, and I think that along with the Connie Booth stuff and Jaffe going crazy all over the place talking about what he heard and all this other stuff. Again, it's all rumors with the whole like games as a service, internal turmoil at PlayStation. It's all just from hearsay from that. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm sure there's some elements of it. I'm sure some people are pissed off. But I that's what I want, Wild. I want a brand new game made by Bungie. Like, I don't want Marathon. If Marathon's just going to be another Destiny type, type thing. Or, like, some multi... I don't want that. Like, I just want Bungie to make, like, a Bungie game, man. Like, bring... what do you want? Not you didn't want to do Halo anymore, but Destiny is Halo. You got your brutes, you got your jackals, like you got all your same characters. You didn't want to do Halo, but it was kind of I remember when I first played Destiny, I was like, this is like a reskin of Halo. You got your brutes, your jackals, the same things. Like, it's all there. You didn't want to do Halo anymore. But I think, like an open world. He cashed in on a story. Yeah, I don't know. Remember, you know what, Ryan? Remember, too, like, he ran that other one when there was no Days Gone 2. Remember that? And he ran with that article. Oh, my God, where where he introduced that Jeff Rubenstein or that guy from Days Gone, and he had him on the show and talking about how Sony didn't want them to make. They said no to Days Gone 2. Remember that whole thing that he ran with too? They said no to Days Gone 2. Like they didn't want. They said no, and the guy was like he left and he was pissed off. Remember that whole thing? He ran with that too. So I don't know. I'm sure that people in the house are bitter. I'm sure that there's some sort of turmoil going on. As to what the extent of it is, who the hell knows? You know, I still don't think that Jim Ryan was like shitting PlayStation so much that they fired him, but they said stay to March. You know, well, look at these. Like they at least would say go out December 31st. You're done. Why would they keep him until the end of March? If Jim Ryan really was fired. I love Days Gone. Days Gone was great. I really enjoyed that game. It was long as hell, too. It was a good game, Froggy. I liked it. But, you know, like, if Jim Ryan really messed up, screwed the pooch with games as a service and wasting Sony's money, like all the stuff that they said, I don't even think they would have kept him until the end of the year. Like, they let him go in March. Like, dude, they would have get him. Like, just look at what they did to these poor Bungie staff. They fired him the day before the end of the month, so they don't have to pay him benefits. You think that they want to keep Jim Ryan with his benefits and stocks all the way open to March if he messed up the company? Oh, yeah, Jim, you know what? We'll keep you around and pay all your benefits and all this other stuff. We'll keep you to March. They would have let him go. And if you don't believe me, look what they did to friggin' what's his name? The other guy, they put him in a bunker. That's when you let somebody go. Sean Layden. He was here one day, gone the next. Never heard from him for months. Yeah. You saw what they did to Bungie to save some money. Well, we'll fine you on the 30th because we don't have to pay you all the benefits of the 31st. You think they're keeping Jim Ryan? Oh, Jim Ryan, you screwed us. You gave us games as a service. You bought Bungie. You wasted our money. You lost the court case. You did all this stuff. Jim Ryan, you destroyed the brand. You messed up. I mean, you can stay to March. We'll pay you, though. Get the hell out of here, then. I'll keep it as to March. They probably keep him if he was leaving in December, I would say maybe then they escorted him out. But the fact that they're keeping him in for a whole goddamn fiscal year, But maybe, but I'm not saying that he was doing a great job and maybe they didn't like it, but and I'm sure people probably didn't like what he was doing. But the guy, he did exactly what he needed to do. He moved the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. He was transition Jim Ness. Jim Gordon Ramsay. His job was to make sure that the PS4 crowd moves over to the PS5. That's what he did. And that's all he needed to do. Now we need to see what the new regime does. I would love Days Gone too. Me too. Now we see what the new regime does. But his job was to transition people from the PS4 to the PS5. And he did it. The PS5 is super successful. It's selling just as well, even better than the PS4. They have hit the 30 million, 35 million, 40 million they hit. They have solidified themselves in this generation as the lead platform for development. They have tons of games. They have their games came out. They did what they needed to do. He's done. Now we see what's going on. He retired on top, Ryan. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, how can you look at this guy and say, you know, and also he talked at the Activision thing. He didn't lose it for them. He didn't lose it. You know, people are like, well, he lost the deal in the courts and stuff. What was he going to do? He wasn't going to outbid Phil on goddamn Activision. What was he going to do? He said, I don't like the deal. That's it. He still has Call of Duty on his platform for 10 years. He just said, I didn't like it. What did he say? I like it. Please take it off my platform. I'll give you money. Competition? No. He said he didn't like it. He didn't lose it. He didn't lose the bidding war. Microsoft was just, they had all the money and they were desperate for this. They were willing to sell the whole friggin' cloud business to Ubisoft for this deal. Like, they did what they needed to do. Microsoft threw everything at this thing. They threw all the lawyers at it. They threw all the money. They divested it. They put it on the Switch. They sold it to Ubisoft. They gave Boosteroid and Black Nuts. These nuts, they handed them the friggin' cloud deal. They put all their games on NVIDIA Cloud, their competition. Microsoft bent over backwards, flipped over contortionist style to get this deal done. Sony had no chance in hell. No chance of doing anything. He just said it's a raw deal. That's all he said. Yeah, I don't like it. He didn't lose it. There was nothing that he can do. He just said, I don't like the deal. He flew around, that's it. He said he didn't like it, and he flew around telling people why he didn't like it. It's taking money out of their pocket. That's it. What else? So I don't think that he destroyed them, that they want him out. And Bungie's thing was all on Bungie. Had nothing to do with Jim Ryan. So hopefully they find their jobs. And hopefully, Bungie gets their stuff together and wraps up Destiny in style. And then hopefully Marathon is better and they're working on a third game. But if I was Sony, I would tell Bungie, scrap everything, finish Destiny, and you make us a goddamn game. Give us the best first-person shooter that you can imagine. Here you go. That's what I want. I want the Sony to do. I don't want them to say Marathon's our new baby. I don't want that shit. Like, come on, no more service shit. Let's go. Do something new. Exactly, Ryan. No, I haven't heard about the FTC and Microsoft. And then some other thing. And yeah, they messed up their last DLC, the Let's Play base. They missed off their targets. And you know what's crazy? Sony even put Destiny's DLC in their the hell's going on my chair? They even put it in their service as well. The Wicked Witch, whoever the hell it was. The Dirty Witch. I don't know. Oh man, my throat. Oh man. Yeah, I'm getting the bug. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And in addition to news, exactly, Damasi, Sony needs to get something out of them. And that's what I would do if I was Sony. Like, wrap it up. You're doing something. Let's do something like this together. But I guess, I don't know. And again, it was the weirdest kind of purchase, too. This Sony Bungie thing. Like, Bungie was going to be part of Sony, but they were still going to publish. And they needed booty coming in there and just flipping over tables, like, and serving coffee. And I don't know. I don't know what the Bungie kind of leverage is and stuff like that. Like, this whole acquisition shit. And again, I think we're seeing it. We're seeing, even we just saw Disney now is going to buy Hulu on this stuff. It's just showing these big companies with money are buying and consolidating everything. And you're going to get layoffs. And you're going to get things that don't work out. And I'm going to tell you the bad thing with all this consolidation, with all this acquisition shit, I'm going to tell you the problem with all this stuff is the person that's buying is going to take exactly what they need from it and separate the rest. That's what happens in these things. Things are never the same. Like if one company buys another company, they're going to take that other company and they're going to take exactly what they bought that company for, and the rest of it, it's for the birds. And that's what you're going to see with this consolidation stuff. And if you think everybody running around saying Sony's in trouble, Bungie and Sony and Jim Ryan, all the Xbox guys going celebrating something, which is, I think, is horrible. Microsoft's been laying off people. And I'm telling you right now, another year or so, you're going to be seeing the same thing happen with Activision. You think Microsoft's going to have all this headcount? Especially if these games don't come out and do what they expected to do. You think they're gonna keep all these 30, 50 studios running under their belt? Booty going clap so hard. Get ready. You think they're going to have all those overhead? You think they need 7 studios to make Call of Duty? They're going to say, guys, you're merging into one studio. Like, come on. You think they want 7 studios, each one making a game? And nah. I wouldn't be surprised if they start consolidating some of the studios they bought in 2018. Like right now, they're keeping all these names because these names, they don't want to look like they're shutting things down. But trust me, they're going to start consolidating within their studios. Machine Games blends in with another studio and all this other stuff. D3, whatever the hell the other studio is, blends in with another one. And yeah, they don't want to do it right now, but they will. Booty be scoping. That's right. And they got to produce the money. They meet those expectations. But again, I want to tell you one thing. For everybody out there that thinks, oh, sales don't matter. Spider-Man selling in the first 24 hours, that don't matter. Console sales don't matter. All the sales don't matter. Buying games don't matter. Look, over 100 people lost their job because they missed revenue targets of 45%. It's a business. Sales matter. Mind share matters. Things that we buy as consumers matter. And we vote with our wallets. If things don't meet what we want to do as consumers, we have the right not to buy it. But if they sell us a good product, we could spend it and buy it and be successful, and they're successful, and that's how the tables, that's how the grease moves the wheel. You don't put out good quality, we don't buy your games. That might hurt you, but you didn't respect us and give us the game that would give us something that we should pay. But sales matter. Mindshare matters. Buying matters. Money matters. So for all these people, oh, it's about a little Timmy playing a game for free. No, it's not. They want Timmy to play that game for free because they want to get Timmy's daddy to buy it all for him later on, buy the battle passes. All right? You get the free sample because then now we're going to get the money. We'll give you this little freebie, but guess what? We're coming back to collect because we're not giving this stuff for free. We're working on it. A service gets the free. So stop with this whole like, oh, it's about kumbaya. No, it's not. It's a business. It's a business. You saw how Phil talks in his emails. You saw how Satya says he wants his number. You saw how Satya gets his bonus not on growth anymore, but he's going to get it on revenue for services. Yeah. What do you think? You think Satya is telling Phil what's subscriber growth? Satya don't give a shit anymore about subscriber growth because he don't get paid by that anymore. Now he's going to care about how much do we make on Xbox Game Pass, Phil? Hey, how much are we making on those games, Phil? How much our services are, Phil? Because that's what he gets paid on. He don't get paid on growth. All right? But look here. They missed revenue targets of 45%. That's the reality of it. They don't make the money. They can't have the money to pay for the employees, and that's it. And there's some bad decisions all around. And that could be management. That could be marketing. They could be banking on, oh, well, the Destiny fans love us, and they'll pay for anything. Well, I guess you overestimated because I guess they didn't. So see how it goes. But, like, yeah, it's business. Sales do matter. We matter as consumers. That's why it's very important that we're educated consumers. We see what we want. We buy what we want. And we have some knowledge in what you want. Don't just be led by reviews. Don't be led by influencers. Go out there, research. Get information from multiple people. Get different perspectives. Make an educated decision in your purchase, and then you won't regret it. And that's my advice for you, grinders, and some serious talk right there. But I want to thank you for Gaming Grindhouse on the sick bed of the grinders, because I am like, got the post-nasal drip going on here. But I want to thank everybody for an awesome show. I got powered through all these big topics. It was a lot of things. I promised everybody a show I wanted to do on Monday, but we went out to a haunted house and stuff like that. But I will be doing a talk through of the Legion. Hopefully I hang in there for that. And, I want to hit that like button. If you liked what you hear here, subscribe. We have fun Gaming Grindhouse with a soundboard. If you're new here, hit the VIP, hit the subscribe, hit the like. All that supports this. keeps me going and making sure that we do it for the grinders. And I give you my honest opinions, and this is how I feel on this stuff. But I want to thank everybody for hanging in there and going through on this Wednesday. Thanks, man. Thanks, Froggy. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good Halloween. Had a good Halloween, had a good week, and yeah, keep it locked here. I'm gonna go over to Legion Go and do some more stuff, some streaming as well, and we'll get it going here. But yeah, it sucks that people lose their job, and I hope everybody, these companies are out for what they want to do, and you got to look out for yourself. Just some advice there, nobody's your friend in that world, but keep your head on a swivel, and hopefully everybody finds their job, and and I'm sure they're talented people, and they'll find that out there. And I saw some studios reaching out, so I would never like when people lose their jobs on that stuff, especially when it's really just the companies losing it. But again, and I saw some things where it's a bad year because we had a good year in games, so as a consumer is great. The industry, I think, is changing. I think a lot of it has to do with the fallout from what went through with everybody being home. And I think the industry really banked on cloud and subscriptions and all this stuff, and now and really built up a lot of people, or hired a lot of people remotely, and then they're trying to get them back in house. There's a lot of transition going on in the business world, in the industry, and I think also tech has taken a big hit as well, overall, because everybody's been laying off, studios, companies. And maybe just residual from the building up of what they thought was going to be a long kind of thing off of, the pandemic and all that stuff. But, we'll see. There's a lot of transitions going on, but the games have been great this year. We had a great games, and it's going to be a great end of year talking about Game of the Year and all this other stuff. So stay tuned for that. We'll have the Grindhouse Awards and all that other stuff. So keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. And with that, we're going to be playing our outro song. Good night, everybody. Thank you again. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new. Thank you again, everybody.
And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, like a Requiem. What to play first?